with Rhea Ripley, the newly minted WWE Women's Champion.
Well, go big or go home, Jayne. Look, you're supposed to be nervous when you turn up at SmackDown and make your debut, but from everything we've seen out of Jayne and Fatal Influence over the past couple of hours, nerves do not affect them whatsoever. Even this lack of Southern hospitality from this Texan crowd.
Yes, Henley and Reed looking on. Of course, earlier tonight, we saw Fatal Influence disrupt the great tag team match between Paige and Brie, the new champions, and Charlotte and Alexa. So those legends of the game taken down by the sneak attack with these rookies of SmackDown.
Well, steady on the rookie talk, okay? Especially when it comes to Jayne, who has simply been dominating in NXT.
She has
for the
been.
past
I agree with that.
5 or so years, including tag championship reigns, and most notably of all, 2 reigns as the NXT Women's Champion. This is a woman who has been ready for a long time, but now there is no stiffer test whatsoever than that of Rhea Bloody Ripley. Let's find out just how ready Jayne really is.
Of course, Jayne had that great run as NXT Women's Champion right through to a spectacular stand and deliver.
To be clear about the caliber of Jayne, she dethroned Stephanie McMahon as the NXT Women's Champion. That is the kind of woman that Jayne is capable of beating. Well, is she capable of beating Mammy when Mammy is in this kind of mood? On the outside, Fallon Henley has also held tag gold in NXT, and the relatively new Lady Reed, least experienced of the trio, but learning rapidly, attached herself to Fatal Influence, and her career is on the up and up. No doubt we'll be seeing more of those two over the coming weeks.
Now, coming out of the Gather Yourself huddle with Fatal Influence, Jayne back to business against Rhea Ripley. Ripley was looking for that big kick. Instead, she eats a right hand.
And I'm really impressed by the aggression of Jayne in this one. Not scared of the massive aura of Rhea Ripley. Not paying attention to the reputation. Simply taking it to Ripley.
Oh, that's a good example of what you were describing, Ray.
So far winning. Uh-oh.
Oh, Rhea. She was waiting on it, just sitting on it.
A nice reversal once again from Jayne.
Good counter and then into the corner. Oh, a massive right hand from Ripley sends her down to the floor.
Completely dropping Jayne there. And Jayne, sidestep by Jayne. This is really impressive.
But how about this electric chair from Rhea and into the edge of the apron?
Face first, might have loosened a couple of teeth there for Jayne. Fatal Influence look on, helpless. Right before the referee, you know full well they'd love to be tearing Rhea Ripley apart if they could.
Got to really ask yourself, what do you want to get involved with? Meanwhile, Jayne running right along the apron, and Rhea's down on the floor. Dickies Arena, very loud night for Friday Night SmackDown here in Fort Worth. You are watching Jayne, the leader of Fatal Influence, against Rhea Ripley as she hooks the leg. Earlier tonight, Fatal Influence, as you see Reed and Henley ringside, they disrupted things, beating down Paige and Brie Bella and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And our general manager, Nick Aldis, said, what's a suitable punishment? How about Jayce? You have to face Rhea Ripley. Well, Jayce has answered that challenge. Maybe up until now as she's dealing with the power.
Yeah, only one person had been getting punished, and that was Ripley. But that's how quickly someone the caliber of Rhea Bloody Ripley can turn things around. Jayne, welcome to the big time. There's levels to this, and right now you are meeting the highest level of them all.
As we saw at WrestleMania, as Rhea Ripley, look at the intensity. Days removed from conquering Jade Cargill.
Suddenly tapping into Eradicator mode as Fatal Influence on the outside.
Looking for Rachel's
helpless. But that was smart from Jayne, knowing exactly where she was in the ring.
Able to get to the ropes, able to wiggle out the back. Running hard into the corner. This time, Rhea able to get out of the way.
Yeah, running on fumes at this point. Both women hurting. Both women are tired. You'll find a lot about Jacy.
Oh,
nice,
wow.
Jacy.
Could we have an upset here?
Tightly stacked pin too, but Rhea Ripley can dig deeper than most. But how impressive has Jacy Jayne been? It's just one moment, a pump knee off the ropes, connecting flush, and against most of the locker room, that's a big win for Jacy Jayne, but that big win might be imminent all the same.
Oh, she was looking for that discus elbow, but instead eats a massive, I mean massive boot from Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, attempted that roaring encore that has made her such a fierce opponent in NXT, but Mammy was simply ready for it. Oh, wasn't ready for that though, Joe.
She wasn't. And knocked off the top rope, and now Jacy Jayne right back to business. She has been impressive so far.
Well, she's blown minds here, and she's blowing minds of management right now because this was supposed to be a punishment. Far from it, Jacy Jayne is swimming at the highest level here.
What a great turnaround by Rhea Ripley.
We'll get ahead of ourselves. Oh,
hitting that target in that 5-hole flush. And now Rhea, right where she had her earlier.
The last place you want to be. Oh,
amazing
roll.
Counter. Nice kick out of the victory roll. Back and forth they go. Ripley. Can she hit it this time?
Oh, attempted to raise his edge, maybe. Yes!
Yo! Throws her halfway across the ring with such impact. Brings her away from the ropes to cover.
Oh. So close for the Eradicator to claim a win against what has been a fearsome opponent in Jacy Jayne. But Jacy Jayne came here for the spotlight. Jacy Jayne wants that win in a big way.
The two-time NXT Women's Champion.
Attempted a prison trap.
Yeah, but Jacy Jayne able to escape it. Headbutt
for Jacy Jayne.
Riptide position engaged.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, fatal influence into the mix. Of course they are, Barrett. How do you respect that?
Well, the writing may have been on the wall for Jacy Jayne, but the writing is now getting etched all over the body of the champ, Rhea Ripley. And just another
numbers game.
3-on-1 mogging now as Fallon Henley and Lady Reed.
And there it is.
Hold the victim in place for that rolling encore of Jacy Jayne. Win, lose or draw, these women just made a major name for themselves here on SmackDown. And the results are evidence.
Let's get you up to speed on a massive story. Jacob Fatu wants more, and he's boldly stated it.